Hi, this is Jason from the QuickBooks team. In QuickBooks Desktop, you use sales receipts if you charge a customer and they pay you immediately. This is the most common way to record sales for retail businesses and restaurants. But any business can use this method to record sales or donations when you receive payment right away. Let's look at how to record sales receipts and deposit the money you receive. Select Create Sales Receipts. First, let's take a tour of the sales receipt window. From the ribbon, you can save, print, or email the sales receipt. You can also choose whether you want to print or email the sales receipt immediately or in a batch later on. Sales receipts have 4 sections to collect and organize details about a sale and payment: the header, the payment information, the item table, and the footer. QuickBooks uses each field you see on the form to collect a specific piece of info which helps you run reports later. For example, QuickBooks doesn't require a customer's name when you record a sales receipt, but if you want to run reports later to calculate the total sales by customer, make sure to enter the customer's name in the Customer Job field. If you do select a customer, you see information such as their address populate on the sales receipt. If you have an email address on record for them, you can also email the receipt to them. Next, you select the payment method. If you don't see the payment method here, select the arrow to see more methods or add your own. If a customer paid with a check, or their payment comes with a reference number, you can record that information as well. Next, record what you charge your customer for. First, choose an item or service from the list. Select Add New if you don't see an item or service that describes what you're charging them for. Once you set up a new item, or select one from the list, the item's sales description and sales price automatically populate onto the form. You can edit any of this information. Just select and change it to what you need. Select the Print button to print the sales receipt now, or select the Print Later checkbox to print it later. When you save and close the sales receipt, QuickBooks deposits the payment into an account called Undeposited Funds. Undeposited funds represents where the money goes in the real world before you deposit it at the bank. For example, when you receive a check from a customer, you might put the check in a locked drawer or a bank bag. In QuickBooks, undeposited funds is that drawer or bank bag. Later on, when you receive a payment from a different customer, you put that payment in the same drawer or bank bag. At the end of the day, you take the payments out of the drawer or bank bag and deposit them together as a single deposit at the bank. Undeposited funds helps you do this. Let's record a second sales receipt to see how this works. Select Create Sales Receipts and enter the details of the customer payment and what you sell them. The money you collect from this customer also goes to undeposited funds. You see the number of payments in undeposited funds on the Record Deposits icon. When you deposit the payments together at the bank, you record that in QuickBooks as well. Select Record Deposits. Then select the sales that you want to deposit. QuickBooks lists the payments on the deposit. Make sure to select the correct bank account and date. When you save the deposit, QuickBooks moves the money from undeposited funds into your bank account, just like your actual bank deposit. Now you're ready to record sales and deposit sales receipts.